Hello everyone, and we're back in video number 2, finishing up the PowerPoint for chapter 5. So remember, in chapter 5 we're talking about formulating or creating the implied main idea. So that means you're not picking out a specific sentence from that paragraph. Instead, we had with formula number 1 where there is a sentence in the paragraph that is almost close to the main idea. It has most of the information in there, but you have to add an essential word or phrase, usually the topic. And then formula number 2 we just finished. It is when your main point and topic are in two sentences in the paragraph and you need to combine them. And so finally we're going to finish up with formula number 3. And this is going to be the hardest one, where you will have to create a main idea sentence that summarizes the important information in the paragraph, or you're going to create a sentence that gives a general inference based on the details. It depends on the information in the paragraph. You will have to use some of your own words when you use formula 3 to create the implied main idea. So let's look on page 252 at an exercise that will help us do this on our own. And we're looking at exercise number 3. Alrighty. So again, we're going to read it, pick out our topic, and then formulate that main idea. So remember, our topic, is there any headings, anything in special print? Nope. So we're going to have to look at what gets repeated over and over again, as well as what gets replaced by other things. So this paragraph reads, "Are fast food meal deals a good deal? Burger King's King Value Meal and Wendy's Classic Triple with cheese plus great biggie fries and a biggie cola supply more than an entire day's worth of calories and sodium and 2 days of saturated and trans fats. The meat lover's breakfast at Denny's, which comes with 3 pancakes, 2 eggs, 2 strips of bacon, and 2 sausage links, has 1,250 calories and 86 grams of fat, according to Denny's website. The fabulous French toast platter, with 3 slices of French toast, 2 bacon strips, and 2 sausage links, contains 1,261 calories and 79 grams of fat. Hardee's has a monster thick burger with 1,400 calories and 107 grams of fat." Alright, so we're talking about a lot of different things, but what's the most common thing we're talking about here? We're talking about fast food, and we're talking about a lot of different fast foods. So our topic isn't going to be specifically one place, it's just going to be about fast food. Okay, so our topic is fast food, but what specifically are we trying to talk about? What kind of deals are we talking about? We're talking about their meal deals. So fast food meal deals is going to be our topic. Okay, and so remember, we don't have a sentence that we can pick out here that is going to be our stated main idea. We don't have one for Formula 1 where all we have to do is put in the topic, and we don't have 2 sentences that we need to combine together. After the first sentence, which is a question, the rest of that paragraph are specific examples of specific fast food chains and their meal deals. Okay? So what is it that this author is trying to tell us by listing all of these meal deals from these fast food restaurants? What are they trying to say about fast food meal deals? And so when we look at each one, so here we're talking about Burger King and Wendy's. What is the rest of that paragraph about? It's about calories and fats. Okay? Look at the next sentence. The meat lover's breakfast at Denny's. Here it is. Here we're listing calories and fat again. And then here at Denny's, the French toast platter. What are we talking about? Calories and fat. And then Hardee's, we're talking about calories and fat. Okay? So here, this author wants us to specifically understand something about the calories and fat content in fast food meal deals. Okay, so that's how we're going to help us formulate our main idea. So we're going to say fast food meal deals, and we'll keep them in quotes, because that's what the paragraph used, the author used, contain far too many calories, sodium, and fats. Okay, so that's all they're basically saying. Or you could even say fast food meal deals are not a deal because they are unhealthy. You could say that as well. So you're asking yourself, okay, there's all these specific examples here. What is the author trying to get us to understand about the calories and fat and all of these fast food deals? So there's just far too many of them in these meal deals, or they're just not healthy. Okay? So any of those kind of sentences would work in formulating the main idea of this paragraph. Okay? Because you could put one of these at the beginning, you could replace this question or add it in right here. You could say, are fast food meal deals a good deal? Fast food meal deals contain far too many calories, sodium, and fats. Then we could say, for example, Burger King's King Value Meal and blah, 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 blah. Okay? So the rest of this paragraph are just specifics supporting this implied main idea that we just created. Alright, so that is formula number 3 for chapter 5. Always remember there's other things to keep in mind, the gray box at the end of the chapter. So remember with your implied main idea, it's always a sentence, never a phrase. Remember we learned that also in chapter 4 with stated main idea. Number 2, all implied main idea sentences have certain characteristics. So it's a complete sentence, it includes the topic, it has the author's most important point about the topic, and it makes complete sense by itself. It can be worded in different ways as long as it meets those 3 requirements. And then finally, always remember with longer passages, they may have an implied main idea as well that you have to create. And so sometimes when you're writing an essay, that's what we call our thesis statement in the introduction. Alright, so that is the end of the PowerPoint for chapter 5. Now next I'm going to do a video where I go over the checkpoint exercise in the book. That's the green exercise. So this is our hardest chapter, so we need some extra practice on how to pick out and create our main idea sentence. Okay? So I hope you're doing well, stay safe, and I'll talk to you later.